Good morning. I'm going to show you how to make a bit of money on the offers what bookmakers give. So this one's today, as of 5th of September, if that's when you're watching it. And if you're in time, we've got one on Paddy Power. And it's this one here. So if you go onto his Patreon page, I've put a link for all this anyway. And you can check all this out. So I've got this offer. So you've got a couple of options here. So you get your money back in cash if your host doesn't win but finishes in the places. You've got to choose your places and place your bet. Simple as that. So you got money back if it's second, or you can go for money back second or third. We'll have a look at second or third. So we've got these odds. So I put £10 in. Potential return is 14.44. And that's if it wins. If it don't win, but it comes second or third, we get his money back. And then if we come across onto this here, I'll show you what we do. So we're on Betfair exchange here. So we've got the similar thing again. So we've got this. We've got it as a win on A-Dot. We're on win power, not on the each way or any of these. You can do these if you want, but it's easier just to do the win. What I've done is you can put an order in, a lay order, on the same horse. And what you're best doing is put an order in at a lower price. You know, if it's looking at winning nearer the post kind of thing. So probably 1.2, because those odds are about 167. I worked them out. So it was 4 to 9. It's about 167. You can change that on Paddy Power if you want. I'm just not logged in on Paddy Power to change it in a minute. So I'm just doing this as a little demo. So yeah, 167. So you put them in at 120. Got your backer stake. I'll show you how to work that in a bit. So we've got the backer stake at 22. That only gives us a liability of £4.40 and a payout of 26. That includes your liability back, you bet, if you wish to call it that. So this is your profit here. So your worst case scenario is it wins and you lose 440. It loses, you get 21.56 profit, and you get your money back as well, your 440 back, so you get 26.40. So if we go back on this other one, what we just said, onto this one. So say this completely loses altogether. It don't come, say it don't win and it don't come second or third, so it just completely loses and you don't get your cash back, then you're losing £10, but you're making 21.56 on the losing one. So if this does lose and you don't get any money back at all, you're still about £11 up in profit. Now if this comes, just quickly interrupting that one, what I did forget to put in that video was if it doesn't hit the 120, the 1.20 should I say, if it don't run right well, you don't get down to that. What you do is, if you're a bit worried about that, is you could come onto these, you come away from win, look at each way, top 3, top 2, that kind of thing, and you could look for an odds what's a little bit nearer. Well, at the minute the odds on that, well, I think I said it 167, but it weren't, at 144, 1.44. Well, this is above at the minute, but you could set this a little bit lower as an order again. I know, that it's that, so you can do it that way as well. But the worst, like I said, the worst case scenario, you're just gonna, if you don't manage to get this lay trade in, and it does completely lose, you're just gonna lose the £10. That's it. And when it's on a favourite, he's going to be pretty, it's looking like it's going to hit these points, so just bear that in mind. Big strong favourites, front runners, that kind of thing. Make sure you get down to that. But like I said, this is pretty, it depends what chance you want to set, how much you want to make and how much you want to take on it. But come on to this and just use this and just knock it down a bit more. Back into the calculator, just have a quick look. Yeah, so it's time to put this in on calculator. If it like 1.3, and that gives you a 14.38 if it completely loses and you lose your £10. So it gives you about £4 in profit if it loses altogether. What's your liability? 440, 1044. And you're probably going to break even if it wins. But if it comes out second or third, then you're also getting your £10 back on that other one. So you're still in profit again. So yeah, you can adjust this. You can go on this one if you want, which is going to give you a nearer kind of like match if you want. Don't have to come down much. You can even take it to 1.4 and check it out. But you need that calculator to work it out a bit better. It gives you an idea of what to put on here. So yeah, just sort of clarifying that, because I forgot to do that, sorry. Second or third, then you get your money back, £10. But also, it's classed as a loss on the Betfair exchange, so you still get your £21.56 plus your £10 back on here. Worst case scenario is if this actually wins, then you win this £14.44, but you've only lost £4.40 on the other one. So you pretty much break even on that, because obviously this is your returns, which includes your £10. It's kind of like £4.44 profit, and you've lost £4.40 on the other one. You pretty much break even. So if this completely wins, you break even. You don't win anything, you don't lose anything by the time you're done. But if this were to lose, then you're up, and that's the way it is. So it's kind of like you're not going to lose out on this. So like I said, that's what you need to do. Back this and lay it on the exchange. Now I'll show you how you work this out. What we've got a little calculator what helps with this. So I've got this match betting calculator, which is on his website. You get this free for your VIP members, Patreon. Like I say, I'll put a link in the description for that if you want to come along. But all the details for this offer are free anyway if you want to come along and join free. So you've got what you've got on this is you've got your standard match betting, you've got your overlay, and you've got your underlay. I don't explain all that how it works, but just for this one, I'm showing you this. This works it out. So we put us £10 stake in, which is what we've got on this. This is a £10 stake, which is there at these odds. And then the required stake on the lay is 22, as you can see here, 22. So that works it all out for us. So as you can see, you've got that required lay stake, what it's telling you. That's your liability. You've got everything else in up here. Because what you do is you put the back odds in, what they work out to, Paddy Power. I think that's what they worked out to when I put them in originally. And then your lay odds down here, 1.2, put an order in. You have to put your exchange commission in wherever it's costing you. I've got all these details on Patreon, like I say. You put in what you want to make or what you want to be at. So we've got it as like break even. And like I say, if the lay bet wins, that's how much you'll be in profit. If anything else happens, if it wins, if the back bet wins totally, then you break even. But you'd be even better off if it comes second or third. So yeah, it's a no-brainer. So yeah, come across to us Patreon, because we've got more details of this, what you can do, and we've got all links to that bet and everything, and you can use this calculator. So we'll crack back on. Speak to you all later.